Okay, let's resume the class now. Okay. Now, we come to L.14, I mean L.14, rebuffing the temptation of Mara. So let me just read this verse. In this passage, the temper deity Mara, you see, here I want to try the deity, translate deity, also known as Namuchi or Kanha, so comes to Gotama at the end of his ascetic period, urging him to give up his renunciate lifestyle and return to normal lay life, in which he could generate beneficial karma and his worthy benefits by carrying out Brahmanical sacrifices. Gotama, though, says he has no need of any more beneficial karma, and that he is set to attend awakening and teach many disciples. He has the 5 faculties of faith, vigorous mindfulness, meditative concentration, and wisdom, and will conquer Mara's army of moral and spiritual thought. Well, we're going to read this one. Why don't we just read first, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, and where we start again? David, I say, yeah.
Okay. Devoting to striving while I was meditating near the river Narajara, making a great effort for the attainment of the security from bondage. Namuchi approached me, uttering seemingly compassionate words. You are thin of bad compassion, death is near you. There are 1,000 parts of death in you. Only one part of you is life. Sir, life is better. If you live, you will make beneficial karma.
Okay. So let's just stop here because this is not very long. But here, actually, this is it was a record in the Sutta Nibbana, right? In the Sutta Nibbana, actually, this is a sutta is being included in the Mahavakko. Usually, when you see there was belong to chapter of the Bake, usually means a quite important text also. But the earlier one of the texts is called Babajja, mean the renunciation. So I think that we read that earlier. Remember, the earlier text came from, let me just say, L8. No, L9. L9. Can you see that L9? Mm-hmm. Look a little bit so that you have idea. In the Li, like it was recorded that the Buddha was going for and where was practiced, and he met the King Bimbisara, right? And the King Bimbisara kind of like pursue him in order to, because he come from a good family also, maybe must be very educated. Why don't I just serve, the king, something like that, to work in India? But the Buddha declined and promised that if he become Buddha, he will first come to the land. That's the reason why actually after the Buddha enlightenment, after the first sermon, he did go to that land, Bimbisara, right? So this sutta came after that because according to the commentary say, so actually the sutta was, the renunciation sutta was taught by the Ananda. He tell other monk that that's what the Buddha did in the past. Okay. It's very normal, like Buddha maybe just only talked to Ananda saying that before he was renounced, once he was passing to that place, he met the king, right? And then what the king told him, so because the king saw him and blah, 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 and then that's why, so forth, and that's the reason why he went back there, right? And then now Ananda told to other monks, right? It's, if you understand that kind of pictures, then he would tell, Ananda told other monks that, actually the Buddha before he became enlightened, blah, 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 where he did, he met the king, so that's why he went to that land while they get enlightenment. So, and then after the Buddha heard this, that Ananda told the story to others. So that's why here, then the Buddha told Ananda what happened when he encountered the Mara before his enlightenment. Okay. Do you have a better pictures now? Okay. So now the saying that while he was really devote himself to, to meditate, or you could say, I'm not sure I would say that meditate, but anyway, because the term, the word depend. Okay, in earlier time, the word you could understand as a meditate, but also can understand as a jhana, jayandam. Okay, because it's very important. Because actually, in early time, sometimes the Buddhism use the term jaya refer to meditate. 就是 like Chinese when you say 修禅定 as a meditate. Okay. Like 修禅, 坐禅, right? The word is from Jaya, right? Jaya. Anyway, so he was really doing that sort of meditations. He was working very hard. He said that he was working very hard and doing that near the river, right? Called the Niranjang. And then he really about, or you would say he was about, to, or he was attend the release from the detachment, yoga kemasa. But here translate as he was attend the security from bondage. Okay, this is more like a commentary say, but originally mean he was actually about to be released from the attachment. Okay. And then that time, the deity Namuji. Okay, usually Namuji is kind of mean. Namuji is a name of the Mara. Sometimes you do see the Mara have different Mara. It looks like, of course, I cannot say for sure. It looks like when we say Mara, so it's not always referred to the same Mara also. Okay. However, but this Mara looks like he's a dark color Mara. That's why he has another name called Kangha. And then another name is called Namuji. Namuji means someone who never let you go. It's like, 就是放不过你，不会放过你的。
Sounds like Italian.
Namuji sounds like Italian. Okay, don't say that to Italian. And the Mara, the name is called Namuji, mean nobody, not let you go. Someone would not let you go. So approach him and saying there's something with, but well, original language we didn't say that seemingly, but I mean saying something like kindly, very kindly, with the pity, not with the compassion, not karuna. He didn't use the word karuna. He used the word sorry. He do use the karuna. Sorry. Yeah. Namuji karunang wajang. Sorry. Because I was reading the commentary. I was wrong. Yeah. He was using the compassion. He was using the word with the compassion. He approached him. That the Buddha said, he approached me. Okay. And then he say, oh, you have this kind of here, translate what? You are thin. And then you have the bad complexion. That is near to you. Okay. But of course the commentary say, that means you are lean. So and say, you were not able to reach your path, So, and then he was thinking actually why he wanted to say that, because he think that I don't want these people leave my dormant, leave my what to call area. Domain. Don't want to leave from my domain. Yeah. 就是 usually in Chinese translate 就是不要那个魔不要他离开他的境界嘛，就这样，territory， yeah.
In here, I was very surprised that they mentioned the 5 faculties.
Yeah.
And also, I don't understand why face is mentioned here, because in here, what is the face referring to?
心经念经会啊，
Yeah,
信心
心经念
鼓
经会
励嘛，
但是
念
信这时候
His unshaken
yeah,
confidence.
it's more like confidence
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah, it is. It's
Confidence.
the faith is always referred to the confident. Yeah, only when you are really. Sometimes when you are fear, then you need to like do the recollection of the Buddha and Dharma and so forth, you know, to cut off your fear. So that's why you need to have the faith to the Buddha. I mean, in our language, so actually in the language it's just then you must build up your confidence to the Buddha, so that it will cut off your fear.
Well, here the faith is just 信心而已啊。Not in terms of belief, not kind of faith
Yeah,
we're
it's not
talking
a-
about.
No, yeah, certainly not in the belief. Yeah. Did he? I know he mentioned, but that was later. We didn't read it yet, right?
It's not mentioned yet.
Yeah. Anyway, so he would just say that there are 1,000. Did we read that?
Yeah, we did.
So there are 1,000 part of the death in you. Only one part of you is life. Basically mean you are almost died now. So please leave. And then why don't you just make something that become actually here say something become wealthy. Or become merit to you. Make something that have a merit to you. You could say something can give you some merit. So you say Jiwang Bunyani Kahasi. Do some merit that will left your life good, like that.
So it's beneficial karma.
Look at our experiences when we have a monk, and then the people say, like him, there was one monk was so funny. He was asking Sagadananda in those days, I was told that you earn such a big money a month. Is that true? And then I was with another monk, and there we were in the car, and then we were surprised. Why you want to ask that? So I asked him, why you want to ask that? Of course, we were speaking in Chinese. He said, no, because I was thinking, what a stupid person you are, that you earn that much money, now you renounce and become a monk. Remember? He was.
Yeah. So I told her, Venerable Namuchi. I replied, Venerable Namuchi. 1,000 parts of death for me.
Actually, I think I have to say I really like the way they arrange it. So you can really. Now you know that next time anybody say that, you say, okay, Venerable Namuchi. Okay. So anyway, right. Next one is just going to read practicing the holy life and performing. Yeah.
practicing the holy life and performing the fire sacrifice. You could heap up much beneficial karma. What do you want with striving? The road to striving is hard to travel, hard to perform, hard to achieve. Saying these verses, Mara stood near the Buddha.
Okay. So basically, then he not only just saying that, oh, poor guy, what are you doing? You almost die now. So, and also encouraging the Buddha, encouraging him that you must also can do your holy life, this is always a say when they will not say, don't do holy life, but you should do your holy life, but just attending the fire, Because in those days, if you can attend the fire, perform the ritual, you get people respect you, and that's how the culture there also, right? You can easily have a good earning, right? So, but you still can have holy life doing that. Why you want just to sit there alone and, doing meditation, people think you're mad, stupid. So, and And they also say that you could actually can build up, really good marriage here, beneficial, can build a good marriage. So what do you do? What can you do with this kind of striving? So
But in here,
Yeah.
notice that in the beginning it said Namuchi, right?
Yeah.
And then now it turned into Mara.
Mara, yeah.
So it's like there's another person showed up.
Same person.
let me see.
Different name.
Did he say Mara?
Yeah, now it's Mara.
Yeah, but
Mara student.
Mara
it's a
is
third
also
person.
known as
It's a third
Mara.
person's
Yeah, but
Mara
if-
perspective.
No, here the Mara is a third person.
The third person perspective.
Let me see.
Buddha addressed Mara.
I don't know whether they have something to do with let me see. The original verse is.
I mean, it switched back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, and later on.
Namuji karunang wachang pasamano upakami. Let me see. And then the word they use, Mara.
Not only they use Mara and Namuchi interchangeably, but also the other place is Gautama, over here is Buddha.
Because when they're having conversation, because say for example I address you like Gautama, and you address me as Naruto. But when the story was told, he says
yeah.
the Mara.
Mara versus-
Then the Mara, he stand there.
I see.
So, yeah.
So, okay. Because over here,
First
Gautama
person,
hasn't
third person.
really
Comparison.
It's a way of
Mm.
literature. Wait, that means he has reached enlightenment already.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
No, then why is
Why is
his
the word
name
Buddha?
Buddha and also Bhagawa? Because the story was told when he attended Buddha.
Already.
This is from Anandas.
Oh.
No, he told Ananda.
So it's actually Buddha's.
But like he said, I guess. I mean, this is certainly when he told, it was like, say a story, right? When you want to compose that into memory, then they would just say, that time the Mara stood next to the Buddha, right? You don't write in those days, say, oh, stick to that time he wasn't become a Buddha yet, and blah, 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 blah. You don't. You just say, we stick to there. So, yeah. He wasn't become enlightened yet. Yeah. And here, actually, why he want to put here, according to commentaries say, when he say those things, and then the Mara stood near to the Buddha, just to want to show the Buddha was very patient. And just, normally he would just kick him out, I'm just saying. But the commentaries say, why he want to mention that the Mara stood near the Buddha, and the Buddha was not feeling like really so bad, just like, Anyway, he allowed the Mara just really stand there next to him,
Because there were many times before that, Buddha just said, go away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right, actually, that's a good point. And many times you ask the Mara, don't disturb me, you just go away, I know who you are. But this time, he just having a good time with the Mara, having a conversation. Okay.
In a good mood.
I won't say good mood. It's always been the Buddha always in a good mood. He might be think that was a good time that they have a conversation. Okay. Okay, let's say what the Mara said then. To Mara. Yeah. Then the Buddha spoke to the Mara. Yeah.
To Mara who spoke thus, the Blessed One said this, kinsman of the negligent evil one, you have come here for your own purpose. I do not have even the slightest need, no beneficial karma. Mara ought to speak to those who do have the need of it. Faith, vigor, and wisdom are found in me. Why do you ask me, one who is thus devoted to life without life? His rain will dry up even the streams of the rivers. Why should my blood of one devoted to striving not be dried up? For my blood is being dried up, then the fire and land are dried up. When the flesh wastes away, the mind becomes clear, and all the more my mindfulness and wisdom and meditative concentration stand.
Okay, thank you. So, anyway, Basically, I mean, the first line, just he would tell the Mara that you come here, that I know why you will come here, you know. So I know your purpose. So and he was refused what the Mara telling him, saying that. So actually, I don't even have any need of this beneficial. But you can speak to the people on their need, you know. But I always find this conversation very interesting because earlier time I always thought, you know, the Mara is the one that always come to see the Buddha, even before his enlightenment, try to tempt him. But we do see that afterward, actually, the Mara also come to see the Buddha also, sometimes. So it looks like it just only, I mean, this is, I think I always find that it's useful for me because I always think, sometimes when I met some problem with the people, I always think, who am I? The Buddha even met the Mara, always come to look at them. So in our life, you have these people who give you some trouble sometimes. So, I mean, that's, but here, but it's just to say, and then he was mentioned that he has those kind of quality, right? The confidence, the energy, and then the wisdom. So then, but if I have those things, why you there's no way you can shake my you know, kind of the energy and the confidence as well as the wisdom, right? Even though the river will be dry, even if so, even the river will dry. What's wrong if I work so hard that my blood even dry up, you know? So, you know, you have to understand the river is always believe something pure in Indian culture. Besides that, everybody based on a river, right? Without the river, there's no way that you can live. So even the river will drive. So my blood, so what? I'm just along, you know, just one body, and even my blood drive up. That's it, you know. So, so those are just the simile to say that his determination, even whatever is going to dry up. So, but I was still important what I need to keep, right? Not that I dry up, I go. He want to keep his mind clear, and then the mindfulness and wisdom, and then his jhana. Let me see whether he uses jhana. His meditative stage still keep on well. Let me see what term he used. Just a moment. Vihardo patta sundima vedana. And then kamede patamase. Why I couldn't find? Even when the dry lohita surah pitana okay. Okay. Actually here he used I will increase increase my sati, my wisdom. Sati means mindfulness, and panya and samadhi. I will stay with my samadhi. So he used the term samadhi here.
So this is one step further than the jhana. Samadhi.
Samadhi, it could be any kind of samadhi, but definitely has to be the mind are really good in focus already. He didn't mention, even not in the commentary, mention what's samadhi. But he just say, I will increase my samadhi, my wisdom, and my mindfulness. So, even though all these organs are gone, dry up, those organs, if you look at the Indian, like medicine, they always think it is the most important kind of organ too. Maybe to do with the blood, I'm not sure, because I don't do this Ayurvedic, but it must be to do with some cultural, understanding medicine. So, and then he say, even though I dry up, but I still maintain that. I work hard, still maintain. I was striving, still maintain my mindfulness, my wisdom, and then my samadhi. Because earlier time they used the word mean I'm doing jayati, mean I'm jayati. He was doing something. The term always refer to something to do with the jhana, but I could not. I also don't want to jump into assumption mean must be with the jhana, but certainly the term is like I say, when you say 修禅, the term is means certainly something to do with you have a vigorous training or your meditation. But the next term he did say that samadhi, so kind of state of the mind called a samadhi. Yeah. I think because of time reasons, we're supposed to discuss something else, but we can do that next time when we have that, because the awakening and the aftermath is a long one. Next week we are having the class, I guess. Will be the end of this year, and then we'll celebrate New Year, and then I don't know, Christmas or what. So it's good season. But anyway, so see what your comments and any comment first. Yeah, we still have little time. Yes. Yes.
Mara, which round did he?
He could be in, but usually Mara believe in the sensual. No, some say that some have a different version, and I believe that Mara cannot be. I believe, my understanding. But even though in the Chinese, sometimes the commentary or what they mention saying that the Mara is always in the sensual. Ayadana, sensual, what do you call sensual rhyme, yeah, 欲界. The Mara is always in the rhyme, in the sensual rhyme, yeah. The Arupa, because they are in the sensual rhyme, they still have anger. If they have anger, means they have jealousy. You know that is other Buddhist cosmology understanding. If the people who are in the form, or even above, they don't have anger. They don't have anger but they still have very tiny anger in fundamentally, but they never show the anger. They don't have anger. They won't have jealousy. They won't have jealousy. Because always according either any kind of traditional Abhidhamma, the jealous always come with the anger. When you're not happy, you get jealous. When you're happy, you don't jealous. Okay?
So Mara in Chinese is 天魔, right?
天魔, 对.
So it's a 欲界天. It's not go to like 大梵天. It's not.
No.
色界.
No, yeah.
那应该是 highest.
欲界.
Yeah, of course, 色界天 is the highest. Yeah, the form. Yeah.
欲界天的那个.
The highest one is called Parahito, meaning the 他化自在天. It means one kind of one below it's the heavens that they could make anything they want. They can change the clothes, they can change the food, they can perform anything. But they can do whatever they want. But the 他化自在天 is even much more powerful. They can do the other. They can change the other person like that. Yeah.
So 色界天 and 无色界天, there's
no Mara.
No, 没有魔.
No.
Okay.
The typical of the Mara is because they still have a sensual desire, and then, but they're very powerful. They're almost like the chief of the gangster. Yeah. The other is just 广东话叫马仔，我不知道你们叫什么，就是
马仔，
我广东叫就是咖啡小咖啡，我们讲咖喱啡，我们广东话我不知道叫什么。中文讲没专属，我要讲的是讲的更差一点的，就是中文怎么喽啰啊？哦，对不懂，因为我不懂就吃喽啰。OK， so it's like that. So, but the Mara is always okay. Yes. Yeah.
When it says, when the flesh wastes away, the mind becomes clear, and all the more my mindfulness and wisdom and meditative concentration stand firm. Flesh, what's the word that's used here?
Which one?
The last sentence of the.
I mean, you were asking which word. I don't know.
Yeah, but my question is, when the flesh wastes away, does that mean that the materiality when materiality ceases, the mind becomes clear? If that the flesh is the word in Rupang, then it's kind of interesting. That means it could be decoupled. So I'm just curious what the original word it was used for. Flesh wasted away, the mind becomes clear.
When the flesh wastes away.
So if I read between the lines, I can say, okay, here's the evidence. If it's used Rupang, I say the mind could exist outside of matter.
Well, this is after what? After the blood.
When my blood is being dried.
Oh, okay.
I was just wondering if this related to the 32 parts of the body.
No,
Because
no.
in the beginning it says blood, and then
The blood relate to the river. The blood want to say that like a
Now
river.
the flesh is
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to.
Flesh
If
is
we can
the
have a
muscular.
material, right? But the material wasted away. That means when the material
Yeah,
ceases
it
to
says
exist,
Namarupa separate.
and the mind could become clear. It's kind of
Or it just,
Kind of
or is it just a
interesting.
generalized statement?
Yeah.
kind of interesting. 可以去查爬犁，查看，你可以看哦。
Yeah, mansa is mean the flesh.
哦
Yeah.
他是说肉。
Not it's mean the body flesh, not the rupa. Mansesu kiyamanesu.
Muscular flesh.
So
Then the mind is what? What's the? Let me see.
Consciousness.
yeah.
What's
So piyo chitang pasidati. Yeah. So then you could say I established the mind the more and more. Or I would let the mind become more and more. Pasidati become more and more tranquility, calm, like that. Yeah.
In here, he used the words wisdom, panya. But this is the time when he is not an enlightened.
Yeah, but he still have panya. Of course, he I think that's he would just tell Ananda about this. I guess that he living in Nilanja already. It was a time. That's why it been arranged later on. You see that then he realized that what he should do. According actually what later on you see the text is saying that he realized that because whatever he tried, he was trying. I think the important point here, it's always even in early text. I want to say early, mean even before his enlightenment, he realized he also know it's very important to have panya. It could be the context of panya really maybe a little different, but he still emphasizes the importance of the confidence, right? The work hard, the mindfulness, and the concentration, and the panya. The content could be different. Let's say even when you learn meditation in Sam, if you learn different technique of meditation, the way you understand panya is still different too, right? But it cannot be not panya basically. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I was just wondering, when he's talking about panya, what's the content of?
At least at the time he knew that he must doing something correct, right? So
He think it's on the right.
yeah, right track. So maybe just a little modification he need later on. So
But over here he says,
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
near the river, Naranjara,
Mm-hmm.
he's making great effort for the attainment of the security from bondage. So he has not achieved it.
That's why I was saying that word. In early time, he translated as a security from the bondage. Actually, if you look at the original Pali word, it means he will actually release from the craving, release from the attachment. Not craving, so yeah. It's a very common term in early Buddhism. I think in Chinese maybe usually translate as 不是离欲. Chinese usually translate as 脱离苦, but actually it's 离苦, but it's always sometimes translate that, but it always refer to mean you are released from your attachment. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very common term being used just to mean somebody who have no problem, cut off the problem already. Yeah.
So what is the Pali words for used here? Release from attachment.
Yoga kemasa.
Release from attachment.
I'll write on the board if you want. Let me just check. Yeah, yoga kemasa. Off from that, you know. But of course, you have another word, patiya means attend to release from that, you know. Yeah. So, but here it translates as a bondage. So, it's a very interesting actually. Not very often come in the commentary like in Abhidhamma, no. But in the Sutta is a kind of one of the like quite general expression of somebody who are already knowing what they want to do, but important is to not to attach anything, but really want to detach. But he's not using the other word like viraga, no. That time, of course, it's believed that the Buddha didn't know how to do the viraga and so forth, but he actually knew that he need to be going that way. So about releasing from the attachment. So maybe it could be, I don't know. Maybe there's somebody who have a deeper study on the language. Maybe that's, I just guess, it's showing that he will go in that path, but it's not enlightened yet. Maybe it could just show a general term in somebody who are really, like like in Chinese we say 成仙, but here it means someone who can release from the. Here I think it's good too. Bondage is also a good translation. Release from something that been, because the word yoga it means you've been bind, you've been catch. So release from the being catch, right? That, you know, or connected. You're disconnected. Yeah.
What came up?
That's a dative case.
But
文法问题。
其实文法这个字本来就很难去解释。Normally, karma mean appeasement. Yeah. Or you connect to the appeasement. But here, the word it's always been understood as mean you release from the attachment, not really like you attach to you connect to the appeasement. Okay. So if you want to understand that way, you will translate as that they reach to the state of the connect to the appeasement, the peace. Yeah. No, it's nothing to do with that yet.
Nothing to do with that yet.
He will just know he want to release from the bondage. I don't know. I had to look at. I don't really know. I forget. But I know that this is in the old day, I really noticed that there was some interesting the way the Chinese. But they become a common translation in Chinese as well. The word yoga came out. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, we are almost overnight. Thank you for your coming over. So, and I would suggest you in order to quicken our reading. So if you at least next week, and try to finish at least to read until finish the L15. Okay, just read through it. 15. No. L15. The other is okay, but because it's a long passage, so that when you read, you have some idea. It's a little bit complicated actually. The L15. Okay. Right. Thank you for your coming over. We do the transfer merit, and thank you for the online. We don't have time to ask. See whether online friends have questions. If you have questions, please write to us. Okay. So thank you. Yeah.
Etawatacham hehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe dewa anumodantu sabba sampati siddhiya sabbe buddha anumodantu sabba sappati siddhiya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sappati siddhiya.
Sadhu. Okay. Thank you.